There's so much information being shot at me that I'm like really confused.
The Vidasala can't be far.
There, up ahead.
I'm just like...
Everyone back!
Damn. Okay.
We've got to stop this before it kills you. Assuming we find him, maybe Chuckles can help. Chuckles, who apparently works for Fen'Harel. It's always the quiet ones.
No, I'm pretty sure he is
That must be where
Fen'Harel.
Solus is located.
Oh, come on. Oh, right. Holy fuck balls. I'm not quite sure I understand when it's gonna come up. Also, why does my staff do so freaking little damage? Are these guys immune to fire? Oh, they are. Whatever, we're just gonna try to not stand next to people because I don't quite understand when it's gonna go off and when it's not. So, let me get this straight. Well, I mean, I knew Solus was the one that gave the thing to Corypheus, but I don't understand why? And clearly he helped stop it? I just gotta imagine that there's some grand plan between... I just gotta imagine there's some grand plan that's supposed to be in number 4 that Mythal and that the elf gods are doing. Oh god! Am I doing? Like, I don't understand. Well, okay, so maybe they're trying to get it so the fade, like it was in the old days, right? Like, the elves blocked out the fade, which made the magic less powerful for the elves, and then the elves lost their glory and went into slavery, right? And stuff, and they treated like shit. So maybe that's what they're trying to do. So I don't know if... Anyways, they never seem ill-intentioned unless it's some grand fucking scheme, like the warden, like saving, like clearly they don't want the world to die, otherwise they wouldn't have, the Flemeth wouldn't have saved the Grey Warden, and the first one, she wouldn't have saved Hawk. She must have some sort of fortune-telling type thing. Or maybe not. I don't know. But the thing is I think she meant the well for Morrigan, not the Inquisitor. Oh my god, I'm gonna explode. I'm gonna explode. And explode with flash. is. That bar gets all the way up, I think, is what the problem is. I mean, this one at the bottom, if it gets all the way to 3. Don't want to explode on my friends. I don't know if I just do this, if it does anything to them. I mean, I should just go to this side of the bottom. Be careful. Then it makes it hard because then I'm about battle. God. Stop. Okay, you need. Oh, I'm seeing that one. Something fierce. I'm glowing something fierce. Fuck. Makes it a lot harder when you're a mage as well, because it's like you don't want to be close. Like, you don't want to be...
Big guy's headed our way.
You don't want to be close to things, but this battle is making you be close to things. As I mage, I mean, you don't want to be close to things. So this exploding mark would work a lot better on a not magical mage. And also you gotta be right next to them for it to do anything as well. Oh my god, my whole body is like tingling. Okay, fine. So these freaking bombs everywhere. Ugh. Oh god, I'm about to explode again. Alright, come here.
To keep moving.
Oh, and I'm going up there because there's a lot of people. And I'm gonna explode. Oh my god, I just literally explode everything! This guy was, yeah. Seeing how much damage Varric just did with the bow makes me want to play a bow person. And unfortunately, Varric's so awesome! Oh, fuck. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my self-explosions. The only thing I don't like is that it'll go off and hurt your friends, and also that it's a AoE around you radius, so as a mage who doesn't want to stand next to people, it's kind of like challenging.
Time to finish this.
You are dead, Inquisitor. Your soul is dust.
No. Ah! Oh, he's back. Do you not want to fight me? Absolutely love this music. And this is already like 10 times more an epic battle. that? Why is there a fade? Fine, you want to pull me in? Oh wait, right, I wanted to hold it. Oh, that time you pushed me away, but you keep pulling me in. Is that what you want? And let it go for a little longer. I don't want to be close this time. Oops. Hey, you can be feared, and I know that. Oh, right. You walking here? Okay.
Use your mark.
What are you talking about? I've been using my mark. Oh.
Just use your mark.
On what? On what? I say again. Am I going by myself? Looks like I'm going by myself.
Ebesit kata, etwa ost.
Ooh.
Maraskata.
Your forces have failed. Leave now and tell the
Ooh,
Qunari to
look at
trouble me no
you.
further.
Where was that magic?
Solus.
That should give us more time. I suspect you have questions.
The Qunari were trying to kill you. I wanted to get here first.
I know. They sought an agent of Fan Harel. I am no one's agent but my own. I fear that the truth is much simpler and much worse than the Qunari believe.
You're Fen Harel.
I was soulless first. Fan Harel came later. An insult I took as a badge of pride. The Dread Wolf inspired hope in my friends, and fear in my enemies. Not unlike Inquisitor, I suppose. You also know the burden of a title that all but replaces your name.
I saw the stories as we traveled through the eluvians. Are they true?
They are closer than the Dalish legends, though still prone to making me into something more than I am.
I'm so sorry, Solus. What you've seen, I can't imagine.
I sought to set my people free from slavery to would-be gods. I broke the chains of all who wished to join me. The false gods called me Fen Harel, and when they finally went too far, I formed the Veil and banished them forever. Thus I freed the elven people, and in so doing, destroyed their world.
So many questions.
You said that the elven gods went too far. What did they do that made you move against them?
They killed Mythal. Crime for which an eternity of torment is the only fitting punishment.
I thought Mythal was one of the Evenuris.
She was the best of them. She cared for her people. She protected them. She was a voice of reason. And in their lust for power, they killed her.
You banished the false gods. You didn't kill them.
You met Mythol, did you not? The first of my people do not die so easily. The Evenuris are banished forever, paying the ultimate price for their misdeeds.
You love the Fade. Why would you create the Veil to hide it all away?
Because every alternative was worse.
Meaning?
Had I not created the Veil, the Evenuris would have destroyed the entire world.
How did creating the Veil destroy the world?
You saw the remains of Via de Thara. The library was intrinsically tied to the Fade, and the Veil destroyed it. There were countless other marvels, all dependent on the presence of the Fade, all destroyed. Your legends are half right. We were immortal. It was not the arrival of humans that caused us to begin aging. It was me. The Veil took everything from the elves, even themselves.
The Evenuris were elven mages. How did they come to be remembered as gods?
Slowly. It started with a war.
This is like the saddest
War
story.
breeds fear. Fear breeds a desire for simplicity. Good and evil, right and wrong, chains of command. After the war ended, generals became respected elders, then kings, finally gods. The Evenuris.
That's the past. What about the future?
I lay in dark and dreaming sleep while countless wars and ages passed. I woke still weak a year before I joined you. My people fell for what I did to strike the Evenuris down. But still, some hope remains for restoration. I will save the elven people, even if it means this world must die.
Why does this world have to die for the elves to return?
A good question, but not one I will answer. You have always shown a thoughtfulness I respected. It would be too easy to tell you too much.
See, I knew it. I knew
I am
it.
not Corypheus. I take no joy in this, but the return of my people means the end of yours. It is my fight. You should be more concerned about the Inquisition, your Inquisition. In stopping the Dragon's Breath, you have prevented an invasion by Qunari forces. With luck, they will return their focus to Tevinter. That should give you a few years of relative peace.
The Qunari said the Inquisition was unknowingly working for agents of Fen'Harel.
I gave no orders.
You led us to Skyhold.
Corypheus should have died unlocking my orb. When he survived, my plans were thrown into chaos. When you survived, I saw the Inquisition as the best hope this world had of stopping him. And you needed a home. Hence, Skyhold.
I don't understand, because I'm an elf. So why would my world be destroyed?
You gave your orb to Corypheus.
Not directly. My agents allowed the Venatori to locate it. The orb had built up magical energy while I lay unconscious for millennia. I was not powerful enough to open it. The plan was for Corypheus to unlock it, and for the resulting explosion to kill him. Then I would claim the orb. I did not foresee a Tevinter Magister having learned the secret of effective immortality.
What would have happened if Corypheus had died, and you'd recovered the orb?
I would have entered the Fade using the mark you now bear. Then I would have torn down the veil. As this world burned in the raw chaos, I would have restored the world of my time. The world of the elves.
If you destroyed the veil, wouldn't the false gods be freed?
I had plans.
I never thought of you as someone who would do that, Solus.
Thank you. You must understand. I awoke in a world where the veil had blocked most people's conscious connection to the Fade. It was like walking through a world of tranquil.
We aren't even people to you.
Not at first. You showed me that I was wrong. Again. That does not make what must come next any easier.
See, I was right. Their whole plan, all of this is put into motion because they want to restore the world of the elves. But like the Lord of the Ring elves. But it's interesting because that means that the old gods coming back is a thing I don't understand, and how it would destroy the other. I don't quite understand that part either. But elves rule.
Whatever your reasons, we couldn't have defeated Corypheus without you.
Your doubts are misplaced. Everything you accomplished, you earned.
What's wrong with the Inquisition?
You created a powerful organization, and now it suffers the inevitable fate of such. Betrayal and corruption.
It's not that simple.
Do you know how I discovered the Qunari plot? The plot I disrupted by leading them to your doorstep. The Qunari spies.
Now I want to play a game and romance him so badly.
The elven guard who led you to the Qunari body? Who intercepted the servant with the gatlock barrel? Mine.
Why bother disrupting the Qunari plot if you're going to destroy the world regardless?
You have shown me that there is value in this world, Inquisitor. I take no joy in what I must do. Until that day comes, I would see those recovering from the breach free of the Qun.
Why?
Because I am not a monster. If they must die, I would rather they die in comfort. In any event, it is done.
I guess we owe you for that one too.
I hope it gives your people some final peace.
You control the eluvians now.
Yes. You remember Briala from Halam Shiral? For a time, she controlled part of the labyrinth. One of my agents was supposed to take it from her, but he did not succeed.
So
I had to
that's what Dragon Age 4 is going to be, probably.
On this section independently.
Him and Flemeth trying to make the world how it used to be by opening the Fade. Well, the Fade, and that's basically like the. But I don't understand how it would kill her. It would kill her husband now. But I don't understand how it would kill her because she's an elf, but he's talking like they're different.
There's still the matter of the anchor.
Which I guess they are because...
Yes. I'm sorry. And we are almost out of time. The mark will eventually kill you. Drawing you here gave me the chance to save you. At least for now.
You don't need to destroy this world. I'll prove it to you.
I would treasure the chance to be wrong once again, my friend. Take my hand. I'm sorry. Live well, while time remains.
Why is that not in the main game? That is all the questions that I wanted answered from the main game that made the main game ending suck dick. It's because they want money, that's why. I mean, that's kind of what I theorized.
Something must be done, but we cannot lose the Inquisition now. We stand on the brink of war with the Qunari.
Yes, because this Solas provoked them in the first
Is there
place.
supposed to be...
The Inquisition did not cause this threat. We informed the Summit of the danger.
The danger posed by Qunari spies inside your organization.
Without our organization, none of us would be here to complain.
No one has forgotten what you have done. But Corypheus is 2 years dead.
If the Inquisition is to continue, it must do so as a legitimate organization, not a glorified mercenary band.
Inquisitor.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think we should disband. But now that we know what's coming... But I mean, like Liliana said, and I agree with what Liliana said, to stay... I definitely think this is better. Man, this is totally tying into a fourth one. 100%. I like this one.
You all know what this is? A writ. From Divine Justinia authorizing the formation of the Inquisition. We pledge to close the breach, find those responsible, and restore order, with or without anyone's approval. But if the Inquisition now threatens the very stability it helped create, it is clear our time is done. We will not become what we once fought against. We do not have the luxury of corruption and complacency.
Yeah, I think that's
If this
right.
organization has become too large to do its job, there is only one solution. Effective immediately, the Inquisition is disbanded.
Is she literally missing her arm? We don't need anyone more than what we have here anyway. She literally lost her arm. She just walked through Cullen. What? Where's Varric's voice? Those who have served return to their former lives, knowing they had stopped a great evil from destroying the world. And hoping that peace for which they had fought remained once the Inquisition was gone. With the dragon's breath disrupted and in hope of swift victory dashed, the Qunari retreated back to the north. Swift victory dashed. Few knew what debates were waged in Parvalon, but not long after the Exalted Council, the Qunari launched new attacks against Tevinter. That's normal. Their aggression caught the already unstable Imperium off guard. Tevinter was soon mired in a war many fear could spread across Status. Well, we saw that coming from a mile off. Cassandra considered her reign as divine Victoria, working to ensure that the Inquisition's disbanding did not allow new enemies to rise. Her efforts were successful, and for a time, Southern Thedas saw peace. Cassandra also spent time in Huntholm Mountains north of Rolais, where she worked to rebuild the Seekers. Wow, she's a busy girl. For a time, the new Seekers remained reclusive, showing no interest in worldly affairs and working to a purpose few outside their order could guess. Vivian was elected Grand Enchanter of the Circle of Magi, but her inauguration was not as triumphant as she had hoped. Those veteran mages of the Inquisition who did not return to the fold formed a new College of Enchanters as a rival organization to her circle. The two institutions settled into an uneasy coexistence across the south, vying for power. That does not sound good. Liliana continued to act as the Inquisitor's spymaster in its final moments as an independent organization. During this time, she shared many of her responsibilities with her most trusted agents, including Charter, Rector, and Harding. Yay, Harding! Many believe that Liliana feared what lay on the horizon and was grooming successors in anticipation of the challenges ahead. Liliana continued her romantic affair with the hero Ferelden, even though their respective responsibilities often kept them apart. Whatever. Whenever she could spare the time, Liliana would join her lover at a villa on the Waking Sea, the house from Liliana's childhood. Oh, that's cute. Those days were deeply cherished, but both saw the troubles that were to come. Sarah, don't care. Left was scarcely more ties than when she began, disappearing back into her confusing weave of friends. After seeing the world brought to the brink of arrogance and pride, it was a blessing to return to normal, however strange and normal it might be. I never did anything with her. I should have just kicked her out. But I didn't want to in case there was a scene that would have happened, like the... Huh? What the heck is that? Ooh. Perhaps most unnerving was Sarah's standing offer to the divine. When the knobs piss back with your left hand, all right, call Red Daddy and give them 2 fingers. Never. Varric took up the role of Viscount, and with the help of his friend Hawke, rebuilt Kirkwall's damaged infrastructure. Under his rule, the city-state finally resumed its place as a major trade hub of the free marches. He looks so tired. He continued to ignore all mail from both the Merchants Guild and the Prince of Starkhaven. I didn't replay that DLC because it didn't come with the package, the sales package that I got. With the Inquisition disbanded, the Revolt's chargers returned to taking jobs throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Fighting demons and clearing out the remains of Venatori forces, the Iron Bull did his part to restore order to Thedas. After the Inquisition disbanded, Cullen and the Inquisitor retired to private life together. With dog. Unburdened by the restrictions of their office, they continued doing good works on their own terms. That is, after a long overdue visit to Cullen's siblings, who enjoyed to meet their new sister-in-law. Aww. Dorian returned to Tevinter to take his father's place in the Magisterium. As rumors flew about the Empyreans infighting, Dorian was spoken of often as a voice of resistance against corruption. Along with Magister Malvarius Talani, he formed a group called the Lucerian to restore and redeem Tevinter, a fight many thought hopeless. Those fighting by Magister Pavis' side noted that he kept in constant communication with the Inquisitor via message crystal. Aw, yeah. Whether for vital information or moral support, these talks seemed to give Dorian the strength to continue his fight. Aww, I love that. Tom Rainier was shown mercy when none was deserved, and set on a path of redemption. This gift, so compassionately given, needed to be shared. Freed from his obligations to the Inquisition, Rainier traveled Thedas, giving hope to the condemned and the forgotten. In the deepest prisons and pits of Thedas, he found, if not goodness itself, its potential. Aw, that's cute too. By showing faith in those who had none, Rainier lifted them up and made them into something better than they were. With the Inquisition disbanded, Josephine made her farewells and returned to Antiva and her family. Thanks to the Inquisitor's help, the Montiliers were once again permitted to trade in Orlais. The next few years were a busy time, as many ships with the Montilier crest were built and set sail again from Antiva's harbours. Soon, Rivani pirate captains with an aging feud against Josephine ancestors took to the seas, determined to rekindle the rivalry. Apart from Josephine's sister Yvette, nearly eloping with the dashing pirate prince on one occasion, Lady Montilier took the development in stride. Cole took to the road with Martin to find a new life and a new way to be human. Whenever Maradin went to sing, people found old pains eased and hearts made happier, even if they didn't understand why. After the events at the Winter Palace, elves left the Inquisition under mysterious circumstances, as did elvish servants across Thedas. Interesting. None could say where they went, but those who believed the Inquisitor's story about Fen'Haral wondered just how large the Dread Wolf's forces were. And what the ancient elven rebel had planned. I have no hand!
My agents have found nothing. With the eluvians, he could be anywhere.
With the Inquisition officially disbanded, we have no army, no formal alliances.
We have what we truly need.
We will need to be careful.
Solus knows everything about us. Who we are, how we work, our strengths and weaknesses.
Then we find people he doesn't know. We will save our friend from himself. If we can.
The next game's gonna take place in the Tevinter Imperium? That's awesome! If they ever do the next game. Okay, so I can see how some things could be affected if there's ever a next game. One. Oh my god, there's so many things here. Okay, one, if you drink from the well, then the Inquisitor versus this battle that the elves want to do. Which, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I don't necessarily disagree with the elves, except for my hubby is a human. Well, in this playthrough, but if you drink from the well, I would imagine that that would have serious consequences in the next game, you know? Because then Mythal can just force you to work on their side. Also, oh my god, why did they do that shit? That was 10 times a better ending than the first one. They gave you like what people did, unless they were like intentionally thinking that they wanted to do, you know, an end. But that, now I want to play and romance Solus, because if you romance him and say, I agree with your plan, will he like take you with him? And then the Inquisitor in the last game is an enemy. But that was so cute with the Colin thing. But I wanted to see his sister in person. But I don't understand. I understand what their goal is. They want to put the world back to.
All this shit is weird.
Huh?
Oh, Varric, that is a terrible title. What are you even thinking?
There's words going on.
The sky churned like a rolling sea on a dark and stormy night, centered on a gaping hole that led to the arse end of nowhere. A hole that spit up many things that day. Comets, demons, and a whole lot of trouble. It's about the Inquisition. The din of the tavern cut the silence like it owed the carter money. In the middle, in her element, Red Jenny. She looked me up and down, mostly down. Not playing, weirdy, she said, gesturing with and dismissively eating a sandwich. Don't write that. Seriously, piss off a row. Sarah made the subtext text, which suited me fine. The court enchanter swirled into the room like a drop of beautiful poison spreading in a wineglass. She sized me up with a glance. I'm so glad you made it, my dear, she said. I am Madame de Fair.
Pretty much.
Most terrifying person you shall ever meet. Liliane enfolded Alphonse in an embrace as warm as a serpent's kiss. I always knew I could come to you cold. The Count did not feel the bite of her poisoned dart until it was too late. Even if it requires your death.
Yo, death. Her
Drops of rain glistened on the griffin medallion grasped tightly in Blackwall's hand. The silver-eyed wings of valor.
Her impressions are awful.
She flung the medal to the cold and uncaring ground. You don't know what I've done. You don't know me. So romantic. Cole moved like a shadow that also moved like a knife. A shadow wearing a hat where dreams came to die. It's a riddle, he whispered. A cold riddle that gnaws at your mind, but you'll feel better when it's gone. That makes as much sense as anything Cole says. Do you place your herald above the law, ambassador? Whose law, my lady? Josephine's eyes glittered like angry opals. The law destroyed by rebellion, by civil war, by poor fiscal management. We are the law. We left our mark on adamant, but the dust hadn't settled, and neither had Harding. I can offer you a drink, if I catch your meaning. If you'd caught my meaning, you'd have offered a double. What is even happening?
This is wonderful. Anyways, being an elf, and pretty much always elf player in D&D and pretty much everything, it's hard for me to,
Iron Bull was a great slab of muscle with horns that could hang a tapestry. One eye scanned for threats, while the other hid behind an eye patch like a chantry sister's old sins. Come on, he barked, not looking back as he entered. The dancer with the great rack comes on in 5. That is spot on, actually.
Anyways, like I said, being an elf lover and pretty much playing elves whenever I can, I don't disagree with their plan.
The commander had the look of a Templar who had seen the worst of humanity, yet still had the time to style his hair. This isn't just a war, he said, his gaze steely like a dull blade. It's the only war. Cullen! That's Cullen! mage wore a class of handsome sneer cultivated by 1,000 years of Tevinter elitism. The name's Dorian. He glared. D-O-R-I-A-N. Spell it right, you marble-headed lump, or it's toad time. A toad? That's hardly credible.
Anyways, it's hard for me to disagree with Solus's plan, and I guess I understand why it would destroy the world, because the Fade...
Spun, mage staff crackling like the city after a good man's murder. You're crazy, the Red Templar cried in terror. Moonlight glinted off ears like the knives you never see coming. Better to fade out than burn away. Ugh, Varric.
Anyways, I understand why it would destroy the world, because the Fade and the real world would leak in together, so pretty much any...
Where am I? I don't... Oh, here it is.
And where am
the
I?
Seeker clutched at my vest, her tears as desperate as they were pitiful. Varric, I was wrong about everything, she sobbed. Could you find it in your noble heart to forgive me? That dwarf, he put me in the book. I'm in the book.
What about...
I am reading the shit out of this.
So that is Dragon Age Inquisition, and my gosh, I ended up streaming much longer. I didn't think it was going to be that long, because the Deep Roads actually wasn't too long, and the one before it wasn't too long, so I didn't think it was going to be that long. That took up pretty much my entire day, so I'm gonna go be lazy with the kitties and eat lunch and dinner now. But if they ever make a Dragon Age 4, I'm super excited because we get to go to Tevinter. We've heard about Tevinter this entire time. But we haven't seen it. We finally got to go to Orlais in this game. I'm hoping that the choices actually matter, because I can see in the grand scheme of things, like the Inquisition not, like it even said at the end there, like, but then again, the Grey Warden thing also said, like, if you do this, they'll be likely to be corrupted, but then they'll join the Inquisition. But I never saw anything with the Grey Wardens being corrupted when they were fighting with me, so I don't know. Unless there was, and I just didn't notice it. I don't know if it... I would like, if there is actually a Dragon Age 4, for it to actually make a difference. And then if you drink from the well... Well, the problem with the drinking from the well thing is that what Flemeth and Solus intend to do is bring back the world of the elves at the Lord of the Rings time, which means that the Fade would be part of it, wouldn't be separate. But that's how it was originally, and the reason that that would like destroy the world per se is because. Like Solus said, even if you're a mage, you haven't, like, trained in the way that you would probably be able to stand it, and anyone who isn't a mage would probably instantly be devoured by whatever. But the old god thing is interesting, but he said he had a plan about that, so I'm assuming that that's what they're doing. But the well should make it interesting, because if the Inquisitor drank from the well, then she or he would literally not be able to do anything against them, and would end up being an enemy. No, she wouldn't be able to do anything, because Mythal, which is Flemeth, would just say, blah, 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 you're following my orders, right? And I get that, that's the sacrifice, right? You probably wouldn't play as the Inquisitor, although it seems like you would be playing as the Inquisitor, but usually it's a different character. But it kind of seems like it ties right in, because they're like already planning. But in any case, the well thing is the thing that kind of bothers me because it did say great sacrifice, right? So, but I feel like the Virgin Queen is probably intended for Morrigan to drink from that well, not the Inquisitor. So, anyways, like I'm saying, I hope that your choices actually make a difference because, to be perfectly honest, so far they don't really feel like they have. Like I said, the hero for Elden doesn't even show up in this game. I mean, like, he's mentioned, and the other time I played, I married Alistair, and, like, Alistair came, I think that may have been the second one, Alistair came to see Hawke, and, like, he mentioned her, said, oh yeah, she's really happy, and, you know, spritey as always, and that's pretty much it. So, like, and then I'd imagine, and then, I mean, if they're dead, then, you know, there's that, and then the Kieran thing is interesting too. Like, I'm assuming that she would probably just find, no, because you have to get the spirit of the old god for Kieran, but that's another one that I don't know, and it feels like it would be such a big thing to make a choice of yours, like having the spirit of an old god in a child. It feels like such a big thing to make it, like, you could not do that and she won't have a child. I mean, I've always done it because, like I said, there's been no repercussions, and why not? We live happily ever after, you know? In any case, I really need to eat some food. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love these games. If you haven't played them, please play them yourself if you're into fantasy. They're, like I said, one of my favorite game series of all times. Yes, there's problems with them. Yes, the choices sometimes don't feel like they matter, but it's so much fun. Seeing different options and the romances and the relationships between the people is probably one of my favorite parts of this game. Like the scene at the end with Dorian having the crystal and talking to the Inquisitor all the time was super sweet. The dog with Cullen was adorable. I would have loved to see them have like a little child, but I guess they're still planning for the next thing, so that probably won't happen yet. It's nice to see those things. In any case, I will bid you adieu. So adieu.